This video is going to focus on additional multicam editing tools. First, we'll start by using multicam view in the source viewer, then using shortcut keys for real-time angle cuts and switches, and then using multicam editing to visually smooth over any hard edits we need to do between video footage. So as long as you have the source viewer in multicam mode, the first addition to the editing tools we've already covered when we're dealing with normal single video editing would be to be able to switch angles when we want to. So you have an option here of either switching just the video angle, the video and the audio angle, or just the audio angle. Now we've set up previously how we can be in the best default state for multicam video work. So I have my cam A set to as my beginning angle here, and I have my best quality recorded audio set to be the angle for my audio track. You can switch if I just go to camera mode. Another way of changing our multicam angle would be to hold Alt and click, and it will switch for the entire, either the clip that's under the cursor or the playhead, or the clip that's currently highlighted. It will switch the entire properties for the duration of that clip. So I'll put that back on cam B there. The other option is, if your playhead is where you want it to be to make a switch between camera angles, you can use this blade tool and just switch there, and it actually makes a cut. So that's clicking the multicam preview up here without holding Alt. Alt will change the overall clip angle, and using the blade tool without the Alt key will make an actual cut to the footage itself. So we're going to make a cut, but we're going to do it in a different way. So rather than using the blade tool up here to make a cut there, we'll use the shortcut keys for this. So if we want to make an actual cut, so that's a change in the angle and a split in the clip itself, I can change what it is I'm going to make a cut of, whether it's video, video and audio, or audio, which I've already mentioned, but we can do that with shortcut keys as well. So if I press Shift, Alt, and right angle bracket, that selects video, left angle bracket selects video and audio, and then backslash selects just audio. In most cases, you'll find that you just want to switch the video and leave everything else running undisturbed. So I'm going to make a cut, and rather than using the blade tool to add a change in angle, I'm going to use a shortcut key. So I'm going to position it to where I want to make this cut, and then it's angle 1 that I want to go to, and there's shortcut keys for this. So angle 1, you press the 1 key for a cut to that angle, 2, 3, and so on, depending on how many different camera angles that you want to work with. So I can have the cursor in place and press 1 and make that angle cut, or I can punch it in real time, which is the real advantage of being able to do this with key commands rather than using your mouse. So when I feel that it's the right time to make the cut, I'm going to press the 1 key and then switch from cam A to cam B. Music in the earlier eras of the internet. So Real Player would be an example of this, and how it specifically sounded compared to other lower reduced bit rates. You can consider this the use of a style of aesthetic considered for... Okay, so if you see there, just take snap off for a minute, press N. We'll go into cam B there, and then back to cam A. And that's all just done in real time. So you can kind of play a little bit earlier on than you want to make the cut, get a sense of the rhythm and everything for it, and then punch that in. So that's really handy to just get a nice dynamic edit going. Now that's just to keep some interest in what you're doing, as maybe it's just the subject talking for quite a while. Having 2 cameras is just a nice way of changing the view that the viewer has of the video. But I actually want to make a hard cut here. I want to switch between one sentence and the other. Now I have done this previously with just single video, but the great thing about having multicam is, as well as trying to audibly get away with making a cut between a sentence in one take and an ending part of a sentence in another, or 2 separate sentences. So if you switch the camera angle at the same time, then it's much less noticeable to the viewer that there has actually been a change. So rather than these jump cuts that you're maybe used to seeing online and a lot of the video content, where it's just people's position just randomly changes very hard, we can get a much smoother, more professional look having multiple cameras to work with. So I'll find the spot that I want to make this cut first. Compared to other lower reduced bit rates. You can consider this the use of a style of aesthetic. Right, That's where I start fluffing up my line, so I don't want to go to that bit. How it specifically sounded compared to other lower reduced bit rates. Right, okay, so it's pretty much where that camera angle change is. So if I press N and press the I key, and then find out where I want to jump in on the second take. So this falls into the category of retrofuturism, which is the use of a style or aesthetic considered future. Now I've got a feeling that wasn't a good take as well, so let's just go to this take. Retrofuturism, and this could fall quite easy, and this could fall quite unique, and okay, so press O, do a ripple edit, compared to other lower reduced bit rates. And this could fall quite easily into the category of retrofuturism, which is the use of a style. Now it happens to be that the next sequence is cam A, so it's automatically done a switch for me, but let me create a scenario when that wouldn't be the case. So I'll switch that, press Alt, just switch that to cam B as well. So we'd get a jump cut there. Bit rates. And this could fall quite easily into the... So a big jump in my movement. So the easiest way around that is to do the opposite of what I've just done and switch the camera angle when you make the cut. Now, what I'm going to do, instead of doing Alt and click up here, is I'll just reinforce some of these shortcut keys. So I'm going to press Alt and then the angle I want, which is angle 2. Doesn't matter where my playhead is if I've highlighted a clip. And then I'm back to having the edit that I wanted. Lower reduced bit rates. And this could fall quite easily into the category of retrofuturism, which is the... So it's a much smoother way of getting away with quite a hard cut between different takes in a piece of footage. So we've looked at using a multicam viewer and how we can use that to do our edits. We've also looked at the shortcut keys for real-time angle cut and angle switches. And then finally, we've used multicam editing to be able to smooth over some pretty hard truncated editing.